What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Motonosity here. Today is the day you guys have been waiting for. We are gonna flash my 2020 Yamaha R1. If you guys have been watching the saga, watching all the videos, keeping up with anything in regards to this bike, you know that it has not been able to be flashed. And I'm talking about an ECU Flash, and unlocking this thing, de-restricting it, and finally making the kind of performance that this bike is actually capable of. Bren Tuning has come out with a Flash. You guys know that I did the Bren Tuning ECU Flash on my 2020 BMW S1000RR right over here. But they've tackled the 2020 R1 because they were getting so many inquiries about doing a flash on this bike, and nobody else was coming out with anything for this bike. It's finally here. I'm really excited. They sent out a handheld unit, which I used on my BMW, which basically makes it so that you can do all of your flashing at home. So if you need to do an updated map, you've changed fuels or anything like that, you've changed mods, you can just reach out to them. They can get you a new map and you can do all that flashing at home. No need to take your ECU out of your bike, ship it out, and wait for it to get back to you. So today, that's what we're gonna do. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I got. Jelly beans. So yeah. Same kind of handheld unit that they sent me for the S1000. It's pretty easy. So if you're not familiar with ECU Flash and you don't know what it is and what it allows you to do, it basically allows you to change the fuel mapping on the bike along with a bunch of other things so that you can kind of unlock more power out of the bike. The other thing that we've seen a lot recently is heavily restricted throttle mapping. So when you turn the throttle, you know, you have a percentage of the total turn that you're doing. But what companies are doing is changing how that restriction is. So for example, even though you have it fully pinned to 100%, you may not actually be getting full 100% throttle output at every RPM. Now, there are throttle restrictions on this as well. I think above 11,000 RPM, it's restricted to like 60% throttle, even when you're at 100%. So let me go ahead and give you guys a rundown of some of the changes that Bren Tuning has made on this bike with their ECU Flash. Now, all this information is on their website, so if you wanna see the product page, you can find that down in the description if you guys wanna get this for your bike, or you just wanna check out some of the claims that they're making and kind of what they are allowing you guys to do with their ECU Flash. They've done back-to-back dyno testing on a stock bike and then putting their flash on it and then doing the same dyno test. At Redline, they're seeing a nearly 50% horsepower difference between a stock bike and with their ECU Flash. 60% throttle restrictions stock. They've allowed 100% throttle on the bike now. They've raised the RPM limiter. They have lowered the temperature that the engine fans will kick on to keep the bike cooler. They've taken off the 180 mile per hour top speed limiter, which I didn't know there was, but if you saw a recent video, you would have seen the dash displaying 180 miles per hour. I won't say any more about that, but I didn't know that it wasn't gonna go any higher than that. Better fueling and smoother rideability. They have race and street mapping ability depending on what your needs are. They are able to control the quick shifter and how quickly the kill on that is. They're seeing up to a 25% gain in power at peak RPM. And again, you guys can check out all this information along with more on their website. But with the stock bike that they had, they put down 158 wheel horsepower stock, and then with their ECU Flash, they had 180 wheel horsepower stock. And then with a full Acra system, they had 191 wheel horsepower. What matters most though is how the bike feels. Obviously, numbers are a whole different argument. It's nice to see, and it's nice to back up what you're feeling with quantitative data, but for a lot of you guys, you're not trying to get, tenths of a second on a track. You just want a bike that feels a lot better on the street. That's what I really like out of my bikes. So hopefully we're gonna have a bike that feels a lot better and is able to be actually, unlocked for the entire RPM range. First things first, obviously, we're gonna have to access the ECU, which is right here. All right, so here is the ECU on the R1. There's a few things that you're gonna have to do to make the bike ready for being able to do the ECU Flash. Brent Tuning's requested that I don't show you exactly what you need to do. Obviously, if you buy the product, it will include instructions on everything that you need to do to be able to do the ECU Flash on their bike. But all the research and development they've done, it's the least that I can do just to keep that private. But I have gone ahead and done everything that I need to do. So what we can do now is connect to the port under the seat on the bike so that we can connect the handheld to the bike, pull off the stock map, and get that sent over to Brent Tuning so that we can have the modified map to put onto our handheld unit. Now the R1 doesn't actually have a standard OBD2 port. That's what this would be. So there is an adapter that comes with the unit, and we're gonna be connecting into the port on the bike with this connector. I believe it is this one right here. There we go, and that looks correct. Go ahead and connect that. Bam. All right, so now this will connect to this, and this will connect to our handheld, just like so. And right away, screen will come on and we are at the main menu. Click work, Yamaha motorcycles, YZF R1, and we are picking the middle one. Please connect your vehicle to a stabilized battery. Okay, we're good to go. Switch on the dashboard, select OK. Switch off the dashboard to continue. Okay, select manually the protocol to use. Okay, that protocol flash. Okay, identification, we're gonna go ahead and click ID. Okay, switch on the dashboard. All right, it's on. File saving, switch off the dashboard. Task successfully completed. Now all we gotta do is get this connected to my computer. I'll take the file off here using the software that they provide, send that off to Brent Tuning, and they'll send me back the updated mapping for the bike. All right, guys, I got the modified file back from Brent Tuning. I got it loaded on here from my computer. And now we can go ahead and get this thing flashed. Okay, and we are done. You can go ahead and disconnect this, and in under 10 minutes, we are done. So I can go ahead and disconnect this from the bike, put this cover back on it, just like so. Now, something I wasn't too sure if I was gonna actually have to do would be to remove the Rapid Bike tuner that I have on here. I thought that I could just leave it on here, but I think it's gonna interfere with what we've got going on here, because I'm not actually sure if it can work with how we have this set up, and I'd rather just not have that interfering with my experience of the map that's put on here. I'm gonna go ahead and completely remove the Rapid Bike tuner from the bike, which is gonna take a little bit because I'm gonna have to take the tank off and some other things. But as soon as I do that, I'll get it all tidied back up, and we can take this out for the first test ride with the ECU Flash.
Eventually.
All right, guys, I've finished taking off the entire Rapid Bike unit. You can see it all right there. Probably should have tested starting the bike before I put everything back together, but alas, I like to live life on the edge, so I'm gonna do that right now. Let me go ahead and start it up. I'm just gonna do a quick start. Well, that answers that. My daughter is sick, so I'm keeping an eye on her right now. But first thing in the morning, when it's cool, I'm gonna take this thing out and we're gonna test it.
All right. Oh, dang. What? Okay, that was the fastest dash startup. Look at this. I turn it on. Okay, it did the full thing that time. That was weird. Okay. Startup. No errors. We are good. We will know if the flash is on here, if the fans kick on at I think 195. But hopefully I feel everything regardless. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay. It feels just a little bit different right now. All right, I will see you guys out on the road. All right, here we go. It feels faster. Okay, the biggest difference that I notice is that, you know, I remember, I'm trying to remember like the first few times I rode this, and I was thinking how it feels like the S1000 is just like, after it's like de-restricted, it's just constantly pulling. And this one just felt like it didn't have guts top end. Obviously now I know there's severe throttle restrictions way up top. I did notice that there's a check engine light. Everything feels fine. The quick shifter does feel a little bit better. Let's test the downshifts too. Feels a little bit snappier. Still not up to 195, I'm at 172, so fans will not have kicked on. Low end, like, that's the nicest part, because even with the rapid bike tuner, couldn't do anything below like 6,000 RPM. Now you can actually feel stuff from a dead stop. Yeah, the quick shifter is very, very clean now. Have to put this up against the S1000. I still don't think it's going to be able to take it, or like maybe even come close. I don't know. The S1000 just feels like it's in a different league sometimes, but I feel like it's going to be a lot closer. Jeez, like you just roll on and freaking there, dude. Oh my god, it feels good. This isn't fifth gear. I'm in fifth gear at 7,000 RPM. Alright. It even sounds better. Maybe it's just like a placebo effect with the sound, but... Or it could just be like... I don't know. Alright, let me just pull over real quick. Alright, we're at 194. I have earplugs in, so I might not even be able to hear anything. I want to say the fans stock kick on at 216. Oh yeah, those fans are going. Alright, we're good. And yeah, fans are stopped now. Those shifts with the quick shifter are really nice. There's no pops. I think it makes it a little bit cleaner of a shift. Obviously the pops are kind of cool, but it wasn't like functionally beneficial or anything like that. There is a pop on the downshift though. A little bit. Sometimes. Yeah, Brent Tuning has done a nice job with this. This is awesome. Just happened. I don't have any GPS verification. I'm not sure I want any. Oh my goodness. Well, there's definitely no top speed limiter. anymore. I do have a different sprocket setup on this bike. I don't know how this bike gauges speed. I don't know if it's by wheel sensor or off of the crankshaft. I'll get a GPS app set up on my phone sometimes so we can get a GPS, you know, compare GPS speed to indicated speed. That was satisfactory. I am happy with that. I am oh my goodness. That is the highest indicated speed I have seen on any vehicle that I have been piloting. Thank you. It's so smooth. I love how this feels. The sound is just outstanding. Everything. It's just so nice. So if you guys want to get this for your bike, or if you have, you know, a BMW, Ducati, I think they're also doing the ZX10 H2. I don't know, a few different bikes. Head over to BrentTuningMoto.com. I believe it's what it is. The link will be down in the description to the exact product page for the R1. If you want to get any of my merch, you can get it at Motonosity.com. Still got Daily 100 merch if you want to get that for yourself. You guys have been awesome. I've been Motonosity. Remember, life's better with horsepower. Keep life live. And I'll see you guys in the next one.